Where did the rivalry between Johnny Carson and Merv Griffin begin? And what was the relationship like behind the scenes?
Well, it began, believe it or not, in 1962 when they were both starting their respective talk show careers on NBC. What happened was they were working for the same company and they were on the same network. They were using the same studio, but there was this competition for getting the big name guests. Now, you got to remember that Merv was a contract player. He knew all the great stars. He knew Judy Garland and he knew, John Wayne. He knew all the people and he knew all the great directors. Johnny, by contrast, was a game show host. Now, in 1962, Johnny Carson did not have the stature that he would have a few years later when he became the king of late night, and rightly so. So they were fighting over guests. There was not a lawsuit in the courts, but a suit that was in the union over George Carlin, because George Carlin had a contract with Griffin and he wanted to go on the Tonight Show. And Merv said, no, you can't do that. We have a contract with you. Also, there was a comedian by the name of Mickey Shaughnessy, and he was on the Tonight Show one night and he happened to mention Merv Griffin, and they bleeped his name out of the show, and that didn't sit too well with Merv. Now, that got intensified when Merv went to CBS in '69. But later on, when you got into the late 70s and 80s, and these guys are much older now, they don't have anything to prove anymore. They don't have to fight over guests. They certainly didn't have to fight over money. And a friendship evolved. Johnny had Merv on The Tonight Show 3 times, beginning with the night that The Griffin Show ended in September of 1986. And that was the first time that Merv had been on The Tonight Show since 1962. That appearance went very well. Johnny had Merv back 2 other times in 1989 and 1991. So they became friends and they would have dinner together. So they kind of respected each other. They didn't have anything to prove at that point.